The ad break has started. The ad break has ended.
Alright, close enough. Especially since we're starting a bit late. Had to go pick up a print I was having framed and get some ice cream for tomorrow and all that fun stuff. So, when we last left off, we had actually beaten this, but we have not done the temple quest, and I tried a few minutes before dinner. I didn't find the right one, so I think we'll start there. I never did get around to redoing his equipment or anything, so, you know. And I don't remember where they all spawn. So we'll start at lower Karast, and we can use the experience anyway, so, yeah. So first we will find that book. Well, we need to get our mark back. I forgot my mark. Hit the dust again. And I was in one of the random temples, so we'll finish off these workers and then we'll go back. No. Or if they're just gonna be annoying, we'll just go back. Because they're annoying. Alright, let's go get our mark back. Okay, we got our mark back. So, back to lower, and let's see if we can find the right temple-y place. I don't remember if they start in lower or start in the bazaar. So, oh, we'll see. We'll find it, and we'll get some experience, and then we'll kill Neff again. Because we didn't actually go through the portal last time. So, we have to kill him again, so we can go through the portal. So, yeah. Brookie! Hi, Brookie. How you doing? What's going on in Brookie land? Dix didn't stream today, did he? I never noticed him going live. Anyway. So we are Roller. We are Wolfie. Yep, doing pretty well. Just chilling for the weekend and hope that the beginning of next week is nice and calm before I, go off for surgery for the rest of the week, so. Just hoping it's a calm week. Yeah, I don't think they're in lower. Benny! Thanks for the raid, Benny. How was the Subnautica?
We got him. Ooh, baby.
Are you getting close to the end game, you think? Or how far are you getting?
Fourth try.
I ran into town after dinner, so I kind of missed the last hour and a half. Pretty good. Ate dinner, ran into town to pick up an art print I was having framed that got finished. Grabbed some ice cream for tomorrow. Because no one else went to town today. So they're like, well, since you're running into town, get some ice cream. To build a big rocket. Nice. Yeah, I've played a little bit of Subnautica 1 so far. But I've not gotten very far. But the bit I've played so far is pretty fun. But it's also a lot of fun to watch. Watching you and anyone else playing it and doing all the building with all the resources I can't even figure out how to find yet. And seems that especially in 2 there's quite the story. Did my cam decide I don't exist again? Huh. Well, sometimes it's the background removal plugin. So for some reason, let's see. Yep. For some reason, sometimes background removal decides I'm the background. And it just blanks out the whole camera. So you get to see, there's not too much of a mess back there today. Nice. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the bit I played, there's definitely a bit of that. But kind of seems to be once you figure out where they are, like, because don't the areas respawn the resources eventually? My problem is finding them to begin with. I think I was still looking for like gold or something for the next thing I needed to build. Yeah, so this is our Wolfie guy. And last time we actually finished this act, but one, I didn't go through the portal. Oops. So we have to redo math anyways. And I didn't do the find the book. So I'm looking for the book. Scanner room, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've gotten that far yet. Hey, we got a level up, so yay. Okay, so we're up to the bazaar. So he's not the fastest guy, but he does seem to do pretty well. Everyone, if you're not following Benny, you should follow Benny. Does all sorts of fun games. Always a chill time over there. Okay, where is the first temple? I can never remember which part of Crest they start in. Just that I believe there's 6 of them. Is that one? No, that's just one of those. Okay. Not a temple. guess I should use my points. What were we doing? I think we were doing vitality at the moment. And skills. Buffing our like. Because all the health. Because when you're just beating stuff with your claws, you need all the health. Okay, is this one? Hey, there we go. Okay, disused fame. Who all's in here to play with? I should probably... I'm trying to remember, why did I keep the bow mark? Did I keep her because I just didn't bother to swap to an Act 2? Or did I keep her because I was actually planning on giving her an edge bow? So, she's a fire exploding. Maybe I was planning on giving her an edge bow. Where'd you come from? Smack all the guys. Yeah, he's pretty effective. And I'm not using particularly great equipment. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I'm basically using the angelic set, which, you know, is good starter equipment. I'm using Umbral, which is nice. This nice helm that gives me, you know, some levels, which is nice. Just random gloves I found, random belts I found, random boots I found. So I really haven't equipped him from my massive stashes yet. My stash spread across all 20-some characters. Oh, another unique dude. Okay, so this is not the right one. Now look, they got my mark. Good. Okay, somebody dropped a potion there, right? That'll be good. Let's see if our potion belt's fully... These guys are so annoying. I mean, not so much the fire ones who have to resist, just they're always running around. Oh wait, jewel. I should keep the jewel. Jewels are used in equipment and also for crafting once you start messing with that stuff. Now, not that I need more jewels. Okay, nothing there. I have a character whose stash is literally full of jewels. And their inventory. So, but I do like to give them a quick look and see if there's one that might be worth actually using. So, no, I'm still picking them up. I'll see if they're worth possibly using in equipment. If not, then I'll sell them. Just like rings. Rings and charms. That's not bad. Get the stats. Okay, we'll keep it for now. Okay, let's get our spirit back. Res armor, and then we will head to the next. Continue on adventure searching for the book. And once we find the book, we'll go beat up Meth again. And actually start Act 4. Ruined Temple. Spiders. Oops. I was noticing earlier, yesterday when I was working on my lightning spear Amazon, just how much difference equipment actually makes in this game. Because she was at the, kind of hit a brick wall at the end of Act 2, where she was doing plenty of damage, but she was just taking way too much damage, even though she had resist, and her defense was not good. Her equipment was just random stuff I'd found in Act 1, and it was not particularly good. And she was just, yeah, she tried to do burial once, and it was just not happening. It was bad. So yesterday I swapped her out for an Act 2 mark. Oh, hey, there's the town. Swapped her for the Act 2 mark, and actually sorted through my my various character inventories and found her some actual good equipment. And then basically just wrecked Duriel, walked through Act 3, just absolutely destroyed Mephisto. Pretty much did the same thing in Act 4, although I did die once in the Chaos Sanctuary because I got, you know, overwhelmed by one of those swarms of casters and knights. And then I did have to be a little careful with Yalbo because, you know, that stupid red lightning attack. But as long as I stayed out of the way of that, I pretty much just destroyed him. And then this afternoon I actually, and after that I did the first 2 quests of Act 5, and then this afternoon I actually finished Act 5 with her. It was a little annoying. But not too bad, just he has a lot of health. And I had to res my Merc a couple times. Okay. So where are we? We're at the bazaar. So we're going to, since we haven't seen the walkway, where was my portal? We want to bounce over to Trav, which could be interesting. So let's see how this fight's going to go this time. I don't recall it being all that bad the first time we went through. Okay, over to Trav. Let's see how bad the council is, because I don't remember. Oh, we've also gained a level or 2 since last time, so. Wait, do I have the level? Wait, do I have during solo 2, or did I not actually get the waypoint? Because that's actually where we want it to go. Oh yeah, we do. Okay, good. Alright. Now we just have to find the stairs without dying. I probably should be killing stuff I can use experience. And of course, right when I decide to attack something, my transform wears off. Because why not? Actually, maybe once we get down to the bottom, I will show you the print I just picked up. Let's find the stairs first. Hey, yonder. Have a good lurk. Mr. Rancher. Ooh, it's ranch time. Okay, well, the stairs are not in this room. These guys are. Oh, hey, Joe. I've also discovered since I've been, playing again the last, it's been a few months now. Whenever Benny made me start playing again. Also how important charms actually are for filling up those resistances and helping buff stats and whatnot. I always wondered why whenever I look at character guys, they'd always be like, the other inventory's filled with charms, and then I actually got far enough into the game to actually realize, oh, that's why, because, yeah. You get those higher difficulty levels, and you have those massive resistance penalties. Yeah, you're like, okay, where's that charm of 25 full resist? Because I need it. Ugh, so many zombies. Zombies are just annoying. Ah, there we go. Okay, good. Level 3. Let's clear out the entryway. While we're still under XP scroll, so we don't want to pause while we still have the XP scroll. Oh, they got my mark again. Marks really need to stop standing in fire. It's not good for them. Especially when they don't have good resists. I mean, it's one thing when it's a melee mark, but when it's a ranged mark, come on, you should know better. Okay. Pop a portal. Okay, we've worn out. Now. Okay, let's... Now. Of course he's gonna run in to play with us. Fine. I'll beat you up first. Now, I think... I'm not 100% certain. I think it might only be the council members that cast the Hydras, not the unique guys. I'm not certain on that, though. I haven't scientifically tested it, but I did notice that it seems that maybe they're the ones that actually cast it, not the other guys. Or maybe they just cast them more frequently than the other guys. I need to repair my stuff, too. Alright. Okay, one down. Yeah, see, this is a normal guy, so we're gonna... Who's not as strong, and I think they're the ones that cast most or all of the Hydras, so let's work on it. Potion, because he's hitting me too much. This is why I need better equipment. No, he also does those. That's fine. There, okay. Oh, good. And a super healing potion. Well, let's hop back to town because we need to do that anyways. I will. show you my art print real quick. So let's switch to this. Let's see, is this the right one? Which I've not actually taken the wrapping off yet. I don't know how well you can see. So this is the original image with, so we had it matted on the teal with the white frame. You can't see it super well obviously in this lighting, especially with the reflection of my lights off, but she's standing there like holding a light with the aurora in the background. Yeah, camera still doesn't think I exist. So that's a print of, it's Elizabeth Gadd is the photographer, and what she does is they're all self-portraits. So she finds her location, you know, the outfit, works the timing, and it's all done self-portrait. So she recently announced that she's, for the moment, closing her print shop and retiring all the current prints that were in it, you know, because they were all, you know, limited, you know, so many of each, you know, print in each size and all that. So, and apparently keeping a print shop like that running full-time is expensive. Who would have guessed? So, yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm putting everything on sale, closing the shop, retiring everything that's currently there, and maybe in the future, you know, I'll reopen it for, you know, limited amounts of times with new works here and there. So, yeah, so I took it as an opportunity to grab one, and that one I thought was really cool. I mean, they were all really cool, but I was like, oh, that'll look good in my room. Yeah, because I'm guessing, because they're all limited number, you know, with the certificates and everything, so I suspect, you know, it's not like a print-on-demand shop. I bet they probably print them all, you know, at once, and then they, you know, have to store them there until, you know, somebody buys one of that size. So, yeah, so I suspect, yeah, you're probably paying for all the actual prints up front, and then hope that people buy them. You know, like I have, which is horribly out of date, but the stuff I put in my books, I also upload to a Smug Mug store, which means anybody could go there and, you know, order a print on demand, or, you know, keychains or mugs or whatever. They have all sorts of fun things available. You know, and that's not particularly cheap either. You know, because you're basically paying for, you know, them to post all the images, run the shop, you know, handle all the, you know, ordering stuff, whatever. You know, so I can't imagine what it costs to, yeah, to do like an actual professional print shop, you know, where everything's limited numbers and everything. It's got to be pretty expensive. So, I don't think I've ever actually sold anything through my print shop, but I like having it there. All right, let's wait. Let's wait for our mana to regen a bit. Did anyone drop a mana potion? I don't know. Let's pick up this stuff. I mean, we'll probably drop it when we see what meth drops. Why do I have two?
The ad break has started.
Ad break. Okay, we'll wait for the ad break. Well, we'll go back to time while we are on ad break. Identify. Let's see, that's boring. Ad break, ad break. Get back. Okay, ad break, ad break. Ad break, waiting for the ad break.
The ad break has ended.
Alright, welcome back. So let's turn in this quest. Blah, 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 blah. And he gave us stats. Yay, stats. Bump our health up a little. Alright, so we rezzed our merc. Drop a portal in case we die. Super. So we have one super. Alright. Well, let's go for it. Am I not even doing anything? I don't even see her. Nope, she's stuck on the corner. She didn't make it over here. Yeah, so he doesn't do like super huge amounts of damage real fast, but he does enough. And he seems pretty resilient. Two-thirds there. My mark is still stuck on the corner. Let's drop the potion. Still got some potions. He's almost gone. And there we go. Take care of these guys. We'll check the chest in the back, and then we will go through the portal like we should have done last time. And see how bad factory treats him. If we're gonna be okay, or there's a bunch of them back here. Or if we'll actually need to start looking at equipment upgrades. Yeah, I've got some in my stash. But I'm not high enough while using it, so we have a couple runes, nice. Yeah, I do have a nice club I want to use eventually. Are we a nightmare? No. Nope, Nope, this guy is still normal. We are a massive level 24. There we go. Okay, now let's actually go to Act 3. Cutscenes are so good. Have a good look, bunny. Ugh, that's gonna be an annoying fight. So now we're actually back 4. And let's see how fast we die. I think I know I've got a mace that I wanted to use. I mean, I've probably got a bunch of armor and stuff somewhere. You know, just see how bad my stashes are. Yeah, so that's level 38. And that's 34. Yeah, but this is the one. Because it's 2 to shape-shifting and 1 to all skills. This is just 2 to all, and most of what I use is shape-shifting, so that's the one I want to use. Most of this is just set items I'm stashing here, and some other stuff. See, that's what I want to use, but again, that's level 42. And this is just a set I'm collecting, and you want to see how bad it is. Rings, bunch of random stuff, amulets and belts, amulets and charms, and all charms. So, and then of course all my other characters have their personal stashes mostly full. Let's see, can we put these? Nope, so that's one that's full already. Doing okay on gems, we're doing okay on all this stuff from my farming with my Frosty actually has finished everything. I'm currently up to a level 47. I have gotten 1 or 2 higher that I used for equipment. So, but yeah. Equipment redoing is an off-stream thing because it generally means looking at the character and their stats and then opening basically all other characters I have and seeing what's in their stashes. that I want to move into the shared stash for the character to use. I got my buddy. These guys are so annoying. Oh, where'd you come from? Okay. Alright. What's the mana cost of 21? Oh, that's right, I do have attacker takes damage on. That's something. There we go. Turn all that down a little. Trying to put volume up for the cutscene. It's a little much for normal fights. Okay. Casters. Like the Doom Knights aren't bad. And the normal casters aren't bad. It's once you hit the higher level stuff that they just get nasty. Like once you hit the Chaos Sanctuary, that stuff is just rough. Even if you have good resist, you have to be pretty careful. Yeah. Also the fact that this weapon doesn't have the greatest durability, I don't think. Maybe it's just an effect. Maybe they're attacking a lot. They're still in there. We're gonna experience them, so. What is the durability on this? That's 32. I guess I just attack a lot. Which makes sense. Because that's what Fury does. Using Feral Rage. Oh, right, because I haven't gotten to, right, Fury's my level 30. That's right. That's right, because once I hit 30, it's going to be hit him a couple times with Feral Rage and then switch to Fury. I believe is the sequence. Because the Feral Rage is a charge-up skill, and then Fury's your kind of sustained, multi-attack, fast attack, etc. I'm just using it as my main attack right now, because I don't have anything else. I don't have Fury yet, so. Come on. Get in the way right when I'm trying to go through a portal to repair my stuff. Is that all of you? There. Alright, back we go. I found the stairs anyway. No joy, and it's a spawn with all the burning souls. Another one of everyone's favorite creatures. If you don't have good resistances, those things will just destroy you. I also drink mana. Drain mana and shoot lots of lightning. That's not a great combination. I was actually reading something. Reading or watching, I don't remember. I think I was talking about these guys, these spawners. And they were saying that to prevent people, who's these guys? To prevent people from just farming them for experience forever. But apparently they're like hard coded that after they've spawned 20 little guys, no more good experience. So you can't, so you couldn't just like stand here and like farm one for levels. It's like, you know, they'll spawn a few of their, some of their minions, but after they spawn like 20 little minions, they don't actually get any more experience. So you can't just indefinitely spawn. Like that's amusing. And kind of funny to like, yeah, we know people would do this, so we're actually going to code this in so people don't do this. Don't just find one and just kill the minions all day. I mean, not that it really matters, you know, all you have to do is exit and reload. You have a whole another batch of things anyways, so. But yeah, I thought it was kind of funny. I guess most people would probably get kind of bored of that if you're literally just standing in one place, farming the same thing, just standing there. that would probably get really old really fast. You know, it's one thing to be doing like boss runs and, you know, farming areas and, you know, replaying areas. It's another to just literally stand in one place and just stand there. Kind of like Summon Rock. Right? For any of you who remember that. Good old Summon Rock and forking. Literally. Wilhelm might remember that reference. Yonder probably does, if he's hanging out. Yeah, those were the days. Okay, so he's beating up some, oh, it's that one. The old spammers. Yep. And that's why we have Sari. Sari usually catches them before you even notice they're there. It's like, nope, splat. No more bot. The sad thing is they must have enough people actually sign up for their scamming services to make it worth running the bots. That's the really sad part. Because if nobody did it, they wouldn't bother. Just like phishing emails. If no one was stupid enough to click on them and pay them, they wouldn't bother doing it. Given the bar of making it worth it for a lot of that stuff is extremely low. Because most of these things, you know, the infrastructure to actually run them is so ridiculously cheap that, like, you know, 1 or 2 hits probably pays for running their service for a couple months. Especially since a lot of these things are run out of third world countries and places with very depressed economies. Yep. It's like, it hits my inbox, I'm like, yep, that's a scam. Like, I don't think I have the bot set to block that. That's funny. Yeah, well, but you're a mod, that's probably why. Yeah, so it wouldn't link restrict you. Yeah, it is sad. And I see so much of it, especially because of work. The sheer amount of emails that our filter destroys is just absolutely ridiculous. They actually generate a report I think it's like every quarter or something. It's like, here's how many emails your organization had come in. Here's how many we just flat out blocked. You're like, how? Here's how many we blocked. Here's how many we deleted later. But we realized, yeah, this was probably sketchy. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I need to get to level 30. I can unlock my next skill. Yeah, we'll get there eventually. And what was that? 38? Or was it 48? Seems my nice. Yeah. I mean, we do actually do, you know, phishing simulation campaigns that work, and yeah, there's some of them you think would be pretty obvious. There are people that will click on literally everything. You could probably flat out say, this is a scam, do not click this link, and you'd have a bunch of people actually click the link. So, whatever. People are people. Just one tip for anybody running corporate phishing campaigns. Don't send out emails that are going to make HR mad. They don't like that. They don't like it when everybody starts calling them. It'll make HR mad or make people mad at HR. Yeah, we usually pick like generic stuff, you know, like your typical, you know, Amazon, you know, tracking info, or, you know, business proposal, or, you know, stupid stuff like that. And yeah, there's always people that click on it. And then we sigh, you know, oh well, hopefully they read the page that popped up when they clicked the link that told them, hey, here's the things you should have been paying attention to. This Amazon email did not come from Amazon. It's pretty obvious when you look at this header. Hopefully they'll learn. Eventually we might start doing more training for people that fail stuff. Make them actually watch a video or something. Yeah. We haven't found his yet. Did we just not cross his path, or is he in the... or is this a multi-part area? No. We also need to repair our equipment, yeah. He does burn through durability fairly quickly. Yeah, we have a yearly video, just part of our, you know, yearly, whatever you call them, competencies and, you know, mandatory stuff, and half the stuff I don't know why we even have to do as, like, non-clinical people. We're like, why do we need to do? Some are like, yeah, you know, infection control for non-clinical staff. Like, I'm non-clinical and I don't even go near patients, so why do I need to do this? But we do have the, you know, security one. It's okay. You know, it's like, it's your basic, you know, workspace area, you know, cyber hygiene, avoiding phishing, you know, it's okay. Hopefully helps people learn some things. Yeah, we do those every year. Alright, let's not kill him yet. Let's identify where we picked up. Yeah, it's full. And I'll sell eventually. Oops. Oh, hit.
The ad break
That's a
has
zero.
started.
Ad break. No wonder I was doing slower than normal. So what is this? 38. Yeah, 38. Okay. Yeah, see, those are only 20. They're really 20. That's 56. So let's see where... 6% life steal and damage reduced.
The ad break has ended.
Okay, welcome back from that break. So I don't want to drop this set yet, because it's given some good bonuses. But... okay, so this currently gives him 6 life steal and 2 damage reduction. Okay, that is my own. I have 11. Let's swap that for a Manald. It loses a life steal, but it adds 5 replenish and gives him mana steal, so that'll help him keep his skills up better. And we do have a Hand of Brock. Oh, see, that's life and mana. So that would be good to swap out for. So that'll give us back a little bit of life steal. So those in there to sell. So that gives us 8 mana steal, 3 life steal, plus some more life replenish and regenerate. Yeah. Fishing after church. I mean, that's more Dad's area to go out on the lake and fish. I don't know when the last time was I actually went fishing. It's been a while. No. I didn't transform. Generally, my idea of if I actually do go like fishing is using fake worms and seeing if anything actually bites. Yeah. And right now, I don't think at least most of our family is all that interested in doing much fishing right now, because ever since they started, draining the lake to do the dredging, they changed it to catch and release, and they haven't changed it back. I think, they're probably waiting for the fish population to spread back out now that the lake's full again, and, spread back out and increase. So, yeah. So if you can't keep the fish to eat, it's like, well, there's not a whole lot of point. Like, why bother? Yeah, that too. It's usually a little cooler out on the lake, but if you're just standing still, that heat's still gonna get to you. Now when you're moving, it's a bit chilly out there. Okay, I did not run into Is. Where did I miss Is? Well, whatever. We can always go back and find them later. We found the River Flame, so let's go play with these guys and see how bad they are. Yeah, we did, when they drained the lake, we did actually sell off our old pontoon boat, and then was it late last? No. This year? I think it was since the year turned over. Or maybe it was late last year. I don't remember. Late last year or early this year. I think it was actually this year. We did get a new boat that's actually beefy and powerful, so you can actually ski behind it. So if the nephews want to learn to ski, or the pontoon was nice, for just, it was okay for pulling a tube, and obviously it was great for fishing. We had a little trolling motor on it, but it could not, there was no way anyone would be able to ski behind that thing. It just didn't have the power. But it was nice for just a casual boat. But yeah, they decided that they wanted something with a little more power so that the nephews could, learn to ski if they want, and so it goes fast. It's one of those, seats a bunch of people, it can go decently fast. There's a bathroom on board. I think they're, so that's, it's pretty much my dad and brother's toy. They're the ones that actually have the, driving license for it and whatnot. They have fun. They've been having fun with it this summer, so that's good. I've been out on it, I don't know, once or twice. I think they are planning to get a trolling motor for it at some point, so they actually could fish with it, because it has one of those engines that's it wants to go fast. It's very awkward if you're trying to move slow, from what I've seen. So yeah, at some point here, I think they're planning to get a trolling motor so they could actually just go fish with it. But they probably haven't. I'm guessing part of why they haven't yet is because, it's still catch and release. So, not a whole lot of incentive to fish if you can't keep the fish. Now they got my spirit and my mark. I mean, this guy doesn't have like a super. I guess he's close to 1,000 HP in wolf form, so that's decent, I guess. But he does seem pretty, except when you're getting hit by 10 orders at once. Anyway. But even that, he's holding up pretty well. I'm just drinking a potion now and then. Okay, that was not so great. Now I'm getting stun locked. But yeah, I mean, doing this, he's, guzzling potions are probably gonna kill me. Yep. And that was pretty impressive, actually, how well he holds up there, so. Now the question is, do I try to go back, or do I just reload? I think we reload. Because that group would just tear my mark apart. Which again, we need the experience, so. Have a good look. Okay, let's try this again. Let's see who we find to play with this time. So what are we? Yeah, we're still 24. Yeah, we need a lot of experience. We really need to get to 30. I think most of my characters have been finishing normal somewhere around like 33 to 35. I think is where most of them have actually been completing normal mode. I think I usually... Well, I often try to hit 24 at least before the end of Act 2. Because, 24 and 30 are generally your, core peak skills for, most builds. So, I think I usually go at least to 24 in Act 2. And sometimes that's just because that's what it takes to get past it. Whereas some characters just burn right through and you're like, oh, well, okay. Like, I'm 24 and I'm in Act... Yeah, we're in Act 4 already. And still at 24. Because he's still holding up to most stuff pretty well. Well, he could definitely use better equipment. And I should really do that off screen. Okay, let's see what this armor is. Because I was looking for one. Yep, single socket, not worth it. I would like to find a 3 socket with decent defense for my Lightning Amazon. She's currently using I think it's Peace Rune Word, but it's only in like a 48 defense armor. But again, I mean, with all the buffs and everything, she's holding up pretty well now. That I did get her that. But I'd like to get a little better one. Make her a better one. Malice might be good for. Probably got one too. But who knows what character. That's. I really need to sort out what character is holding what stuff and inventory at all. Because I know there's a character that has a bunch of armors. There's a character that has a bunch of staves and. But there's also characters that just have a lot of random stuff. Because you don't have much space in your sheriff stash, so you end up using all your characters' personal stashes as storage for everything that you don't want to get rid of. I will typically keep one of each item of a set, and then uniques, like rings and amulets, I usually keep. Because even, like the badly rolled ones, they can be useful for somebody. And then for other unique stuff, it just kind of depends. I'll look it over, see if I think it's actually interesting enough that a character might actually use it. If so, I'll stash it somewhere. If not, I will take a screenshot and that's all. Alright, let's get another vitality. Right, because that increases attack rating and speed. This increases life and duration. Let's put one more point into that. Let's get our yeah, see, I don't even know the greatest resistances on them yet. They're decent, but there's still 2 that aren't maxed. Which, I mean, and again, in normal, poison's one of your big ones, and fire's one of your big ones. Lightning and cold, yeah, they're semi-important, more in certain areas than others. But Yeah, it's once you hit nightmare when things start getting really bad. Especially since then you have the first penalty to all your resistances, and then you're like, oh boy, now I need to figure out my equipment. Even more than normal. Like, I need all the good equipment. And all the good charms. Because everything's beating me up. Yep. Yeah, they're doing a little damage, but again, that's a pretty big group of guys there. Those Venomords spewing fire and poison. Okay, it's portal scrolls. I do have a little life steal still. A mana steal. Nice. Nice, we got some greater healing potions out of that. Stop teleporting all over the place. Okay. What's this? Superior breastplate. Pretty boring. Boring and only one sock though, so. There's at least a 2. I mean, if there's a 2 sock, I can make a stealth out of it. But 3, I can make something nicer. Nights, more nights. What else is there? Yeah. This would probably be gone a lot faster if I had a career here. Oh well, we're getting there. Sapphire. We are obviously not finishing this act tonight. Because we're getting close to 8 already. Let's see. Super. And since we are obviously not going to finish this act, I will probably end about 8 when my alarm goes off. Find somebody to raid to. And then seeing if I can find him some better equipment to use. Maybe I'll farm some XP. Maybe I'll get him to level 30 before. Get him to level 30 or so and get him some better equipment. Because I have a feeling, based on how the meth fight went, that in his current state, the Diablo fight would probably be very difficult. Not necessarily, and partly dangerous because of, you know, he does do some things that does pretty heavy damage, but just the sheer amount of hit points you'd be dealing with, and, you know, because he's taken a little bit just to take these guys out. So, yeah, Diablo would be pretty rough. Just from a sheer damage standpoint, damage and hit points to deal with. So, but we'll keep going until Alan goes off, and then we'll see who's around to raid. Yeah, give this guy a little bit of farming and equipment while off stream, but obviously not continue the story. And next week, I don't know, because I'm having my surgery Wednesday, so I mean, I would hope Saturday I'm feeling good enough to, you know, I mean, I'm open Thursday, I'm feeling good enough to really sit in my chair and play. So, we'll see how much, how groggy I am and how much pain I'm in and whatnot. Maybe if I'm really bored of ones, maybe I'll do some more streams next week if I'm feeling good enough to sit up. Who knows? We'll play it by ear as usual. Okay. And that ring is definitely helping. Because except when I'm fighting these one guys that drain mana, my mana seems to be holding a lot better now. So between the regen and the steel, that's definitely helping. Okay. There's is. Let's get rid of the annoying guys first. And we're just about to get ourselves killed. Okay, is. How about you? See, it would actually be better to have a cold archer for those, just to freeze and slow them down. Yeah, so if I'm constantly attacking, my mana is hitting 0 here. But it's going back up pretty quick. And that's impressive. Yeah, so that steel is definitely helping. The steel and the regen and the extra mana in general. There's one thing to be aware of, as I discovered, is that your health and mana regens are really like percentage based, not amount based. Which means the bigger your mana or health pool, the faster your regen is. Because, 1% of 1,000 health is a lot more than 1% of 100 health. So, yeah, if you want to regen your resources faster, it helps to have a lot bigger resource pool. Because then every tick is just a lot more. Since it's basically percentage based, not just, amount based. I'm pretty sure my weapon's at 0. I'm almost certain my weapon's at 0. It's working out the first second. Yup. Refresh. Recast. Okay. He may be the tankiest boss in the game. Like, he doesn't do the most damage, but the sheer amount of hit points he has is just ridiculous. That's why he's so annoying. It's like, it's not that he's like super dangerous, as long as you're careful, he just has so much health. There we go. Do we have room to take this? No. No? Okay. Yes, you are a traitor. Alright, so that completes that quest. And it is very close to 8, so let's finish off this little group of guys. Go back to town for a reward. And see who we're gonna raid. Yeah, which I think is gonna be Fishman. They got my mark. Nope, and I just reverted. Okay, you. I really don't feel like playing with them. Alright. Thank you for the skills. Bring my guy back. Identify my stuff.
The ad break has started.
Oh, and one ad break, of course.
The ad break has ended.
Okay. So back commands. Yeah, so this is my damage. With Feral Rage. So, needless to say, I need better equipment. But we took out his, so that's a good stop for tonight. I think we're gonna go raid Sam. He's doing playing the new 1.0 release of Power World with friends, and it's much silliness. So, assuming he doesn't have raids disabled, here's the messages, and let's see if we can kick off to him. If not, I'll pester somebody else. So, thanks, Iber, for hanging out. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we will continue Wolfie's adventure later. Getting close to the end. And have a good weekend.